She swears she knows everything. She's not even my mother.
And remember, I always know best.
Once again, it's on. This is Kicking It with KB, the Step Podcast. I am Coach B, and I always got something to say because when I say it, that settles it. Let's go.
Man, I've been a beast.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Do it cause you can.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Do it with your fan.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Do it in the stand.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Show 'em you a fan.
All right, you already know what this is. Just looking at the title, all right? The title says, I'm looking at it too. It says the top 65 most influential step teams of 2023. All right, I couldn't narrow it down to a lower number. I was all right, let me see. These 65 step teams that I am about to name have influenced me, have influenced you, have influenced the culture that we call step. All right, that we call competitive step. They have influenced the culture. Now, before I get into this, I need everyone to hear me. This is not a ranking, so I'm not going from 65 to 1. This is not what it is. This is not what it is. I'm saying it now. All right, this is not a ranking. This is me celebrating 65 amazing step teams that I feel have influenced the culture of competitive stepping. All right, so if you see your name above or below another team's, that doesn't mean you're higher or lower than them. That's just how we write and how we type. All right, I can't have everything in one line. There's not enough screen for me to put everybody in one line. And I'm not about to put it in a circle. All right, I'm just saying that now because I'm just saying that now. I am so excited to talk about all 65 of these teams. Get your popcorn ready because don't nobody talk about step teams like Coach B does. And I'm about to talk because I got something to say. How I did this was I broke this down in divisions. And again, I say it's not a ranking. So we have high school boys, high school girls, high school co-ed, middle school girls, middle school co-ed, and I put middle school and elementary boys teams together. And then we have elementary girls and co-ed. I broke it down like that. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's get this started. Let's go. All right, here we go. These are the most influential high school girls teams of 2023. I'm going to name them, and then I got some stuff to say. So you might want to listen what I got to say about everybody. Come on, here we go. We have Taken by Surprise, Lady Icons, Fatal Attraction, Red Storm, Lethal Ladies, Davenport, Unity Queens, Precision, Empowering, KY Elite, Steppers of Distinction, Sashay Showstoppers. I always say that name wrong, okay? But the Showstoppers. And last but not least, we have Bull City Lex, all right? These ladies, let me say this. These ladies on these teams right here are to me the most influential because they have done so much for the culture. Taken by surprise. They raise the bar every single year when it comes to aggression, and that says we can step just as hard as the boys teams. We got Lady Icons. Lady Icons are the blueprint when it comes to putting on a production. If you're going to go the production realm, if you're going to be a production team that does production themes, Lady Icons to me is the blueprint for it, and they always raise the bar when it comes to putting on a production. You have Fatal Attraction. Fatal Attraction has came out here and let everyone know that step is life. And if you don't believe step is life, after they finish performing, they're going to draw you in. All right, we have Red Storm. Now, one thing about Red Storm, I will say, Red Storm has came up and has told everybody respect is commanded. All right, and Red Storm is going to step you down. They're going to theme you down. And most of all, they're going to show you the love and the passion. Come on, passion. Praise them, passion. Their name is respected, educated, divas. And I live for it because the coaches make sure when they go out in public, that is the personality of each one. Right here, we have Lethal Ladies, another team from B More. Come on, B More. Lethal Ladies have came out, and their stage presence is absolutely phenomenal. They draw you in. Everything they do has a reason behind it. They're just not doing it to just be doing it. Their stage presence. Last season, Lethal Ladies' theme was, what is the name of the thing? The Stewardess. And the way they walked in turns. I said, look at this. Stage presence. Live for it. Then we have Davenport. Let me tell you this. Davenport drew me in last season. When I saw Davenport perform last season at Step Meet This, I was sitting there watching them like, oh my God, I want to step with them. I mean, the heart was there. The drive was there. The young ladies were on the floor putting on a show. And I'm just sitting here looking like, these are amazing young ladies. And they were stepping, all right? You hear me? Stepping. And I live for that. Davenport just made me smile. And we go to a show because we want to enjoy ourselves. And Davenport will have you enjoying yourself at a step show, all right? I live for it. Next up, we have Unity Queens. Come on, New York. Come on, New York. The personality of Unity Queens is so contagious. When you get around them, you want to be like them. Unity Queens met X Factor at a practice, and they came in so lit. They didn't come in looking around like, who are these middle schoolers? Who are them? They walked through the door like, hey, and then it just set the team off as well. I live for it. I always tell people, surround yourself with positive people. Come on, surround yourself with Unity Queens, and I live for it. Precision. Let me tell you this. We ain't gonna act like Precision is not down out here serving the children, okay? We're not gonna do that. Precision be serving the children, all right? I live for it. Precision lets you know we're here. We're gonna show you good stepping. We're gonna show you clean stepping. Let's go on to empowering, all right? Empowering steppers, empowering. Shh. I love that chant. But I would say about empowering, they have came up from being a team that was overlooked to being a team that is looked at. All right. Yo, that's empowering. And we love to see it. And then we have KY Elite. Child, when I tell you, KY Elite knows how to win a show. All right. Very loud. And I love it loud. All right. Very loud and live. All right. I live for KY Elite. Then we have Steppers of Distinction. Let me tell you this. Steppers of Distinction came out here and made a name for themselves. I remember talking to Coach D as he was getting ready to start it, and I love seeing his vision come to life. I love seeing his vision come to life. Because out here in these days, you can't tell everybody your vision. You can't tell them. But the fact that he trusted me enough to tell me his vision, because I ain't no hater. I ain't no hater. All right. I'm one thing I'm not. I'm not a hater. All right. I'm young, black, and dope. Coaches over there are great. Coach D, Coach Erica, everybody. If I forgot some names, I'm sorry, y'all. But coaches are amazing over there. Now, I always say this team name wrong. So I'm just going to say S Showstoppers. All right. Now, I've been watching this team for a minute. All right. And this team steps so heavy footed. And you see, if you go back to years ago, I said this exact thing. And when people say, what do you mean by heavy footed? It's loud. And it ain't just loud because of the shoes they have on. It's loud because they got some heavy feet. That's what we want. It's a step show. It's a step team. We create beats with our bodies here. All right. Okay. We be sore too. All right. You want some loud, powerful, break the stage type of stepping. The Showstoppers right there from Texas. Y'all know I love a good Texas team. All right. Live for it. And last but not least, we have Bull City Lex. One thing I like about Bull City Lex is they are a new team, but the coach was not afraid to put them out there and let them be a part of the community. The people told the team no, and the people told the team, you got to start from the bottom. The coach said, no, sir. Not my God. Not my God. Okay. My God didn't say that one. That's not scripture. All right. So the coach said, okay, let me put these girls out here. And I live for that organization. Every single high school girls team on this list is so influential. They were so influential in 2023, and I'm so excited to see what each and every one of you all are going to do in 2024. Because when I say it, that settles it. Let's go. All right, here we go. We have, glory God, give me the strength, Lord. We have the high school boys, the most influential high school boys teams of 2023. Every last team on this list is a powerhouse step team, all right? Powerhouse step team, I tell you that. Powerhouse step team. All right, let me name these out. We have the Omega Lamplighters Tallahassee. We have them Raider Boys, Homicide, Jack's Gents, Gentlemen of Vision, Reign of Distinction, GK5, Absolute, Men of Impact, Chi Omega Lambda, Icons, and Hype. All right, every last one of these teams I feel have influenced the culture of 2023. Let's start. Here we go. We have Omega Lamplighters Tallahassee. Y'all already seen the video I did about them. If you didn't, you might want to go back and see. Omega Lamplighters' energy is through the roof. When they come to the show, they set the show off, all right? They go in, their energy is so good. And one thing I love too is they know how to perform. They know how to perform. Those young men hit the floor and they hit the floor running. Y'all know I love a good old energy. The energy is there from beginning to end. Let's go on to them Raider Boys. What's understood does not have to be explained, all right? I mean, we already know. The caliber is so high. Even when they have new boys coming on, it's like this is not the same boys from 5 years ago, but it feels like you're watching the same team. That says a lot about the coach. That says a lot about the team. If you ever judge them at a step show, just go to Precision and give them the highest score. Clearly, all right? Homicide. Let me tell you, stop sleeping on Homicide. Everybody get your alarm clock and wake up. Everybody get your alarm clock and wake up. I call them the definition of execution. They execute their stuff flawlessly. Flawlessly. I know when those young men got finished stepping, I know one time I got up and I pushed one of them. Because that's how hard and good they were stepping. I went up to him. I was like, hey, bruh. Like, seriously. That's how amazing Homicide is. Then we have Jack's Gents. Let me tell you this. That Malcolm X theme from last year was probably one of the best themes that I have seen an all-male step team do ever. Ever. I mean, to the point where the glasses, y'all know I love a good glasses. And if you listen to what the theme was about, I was like, this is so good. I mean, this is so good from them when they finished the step and they had the point where they were acting the show out and they were sitting down listening to the person talk. I was like, this is what they do. All right. Jack Shins, keep that in your back pocket. Pull it out if you need it. All right. It's a good money maker. It's a good money maker. When it's time to make some money and you need a, what you call them things, child? Oh, a donation. You need a donation? That's the theme to use. Put that in your back pocket just in case you got to bring it out again. Then we have Gentlemen of Vision. All right, let me tell you this. I've been a fan of Gentlemen of Vision since New Jack City days. And that was a long time ago, all right? Since New Jack City. But one thing I will say, when Gentlemen of Vision's name's on the lineup, you already know they are going to be very loud. It's going to get loud in the building. All right, it's loud before they even step because they start chanting and stuff. I'm like, gracious B, it's loud in here. But I love that. I love that. And one thing about GOV is their shows are very entertaining. All right. Another thing is, I don't know anybody who can swing their arms like that because my arm would have fell off. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. I mean, my arms would have fell off. One thing that I live for GOV is the faces. Is their faces. The faces. Come on, face. Boom, pow, boom. Come on, face. Which shows their personality. All right? GOV has a lot of personality, and I love it. So I already know they're going to be very loud, which I love. They're going to be in your face, which I love. They're going to be very, very powerful, which I love. And another thing about Gentlemental Vision, they have mastered synchronization. They have mastered it. All right. Everyone's arm is flowing. It's the same flow of the arm. Look at me up here doing it. The same flow of the arm. Everybody's together. They have mastered synchronization. Come on, GOV. I love how they say attention, boom. I love it. Attention, boom. I live for it. GOV is a powerhouse team. Next up, Reign of Distinction. They are from New York. I watched this team. Let me tell you this. They did a theme last year called Men in Black. We all seen the movie. All right. If you haven't, it's a throwback. But their Men in Black theme that I watched was so amazing. All right. And the stepping behind it was so amazing. But I've always been watching this team for years. All right. I've been watching this whole organization for years. But I love the fact that their intensity execution is so in your face. When you see every last stepper stepping on there, automatically I say, okay, this is good. They work. All right. They work. GK5. I watched GK5 live last year. I judged at Travaris' show, at Chaotic show. I judged at that show. They had me jump up out my seat and scream, "You are stepping," because those young men stepped. And they did one thing where one young man was standing there talking while everybody else was in a circle going around him. I said, that was so good. That was so good. But it wasn't the fact, they go in a circle. No, it wasn't like Ring Around the Rosie, all right? They were stepping around him in a circle. And I just thought the way that was executed, they made me jump up and scream, all right? And I put on their score sheet, I am officially a fan of GK5. Next up is Absolute. Now, I've been watching Absolute for years. I even did a reaction to them a couple episodes ago, and Absolute is absolutely amazing. All right. They've got to a style where it's theirs. They love it and they're not coming off. Everybody from the front to the back does everything they are supposed to do when they are on stage. I love it. Come on through Absolute. Then we have Men in Impact. When it comes to looking at the crowd and drawing the crowd in, nobody does it like them. Those faces, they were looking at me, and they were looking at me when they were performing. When they stopped, they looked in my eyes like, "What, bruh? What, bruh?" All right. I love Men in Impact, and Men in Impact is the team to look out for. Next up, Chi Omega Lambda. Look, let me tell you this. The way they came out at House Party was absolutely amazing. That was the intro of the year. All right. What are you talking about? They came out and they had the police escort them to us, had the lights flashing. And and they had the masks that were changing colors, the glow in the dark masks, whatever the masks were, they had them on. All right. And it had everybody so nervous, like, okay, now what the police doing here again? All right. Next up, we have Icons. All right. Yes, we didn't see Icons actually as the group perform this coming up season, but they were always around. They were always around strolling. It was always somebody from the team that was around strolling, that was building props, that was helping out with the girls, that was helping out with the middle school team, which is Coed. There was always somebody around. And I'm so excited. I heard, all right, that the organization of the all boys team is coming back. I hope they are, because I know they got some new young men that has joined the team. So I hope and pray that that organization of the boys, we get to see those boys, the all boys team of Icon, step again, because they got some alumni who are coaching. And those alumni who are coaching, they know step and they know how to put it together. So I'm excited to see, please, all right? I don't know if they are, but if they are, I'm so excited to see ICON with the capital Z at the end. Oh, look at me. I done made y'all a chant. ICON. Never mind, child. I tried. And then we have Hype, all right? Last year, Hype was co-ed, but I will say this. Those young men stepped. The stepping was so amazing. I was like, Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? I felt the stepping was amazing. And one thing about Hype is their vocals to me are always amazing. It's always something with the team that stands out to me. And their vocals are always so strong. All right. The vocals are strong because to me, a good vocal gets my attention. A good vocal gets my attention. A good stepping, boot to the boot to the boot to the boot. All right. And they have beats. I've been saying Hype has beats for years. Beats with Hype. All right. All right. I've been saying that for years. All right. So again, I say last year they were co-ed, but the young men always stuck out to me. Even though they were stepping co-ed, they still stuck out to me as in whenever they do go back to being just stepping alone, that they're not going to miss a beat, because I've been watching a lot of those young men step since they were very young. All right. So some of them were in middle school and they grew up and got on the high school team, and they've always been great. The beats are always amazing. The execution is always great. And my favorite, the vocals are always strong, tough, in your face. It's like, yeah, like I love it. All right. Come on, vocals. I love it. All right. The vocals are like, yeah, all right. So come on through. I love influence. These are the high school boys teams that have influenced the culture. 2023. They influenced me. I hope they influence you. Let's go. All right, here we have the most influential high school co-ed teams. Here we go. We have Chaotic, Vision of Chaos, Royal Icons, Chaotic Kings and Queens, D5D, this is D5D from Texas, Parkway, Theta Nu Sigma, Triple Threat, Explosive Grenades, Elements of Chaos, Lex Steppers, Fearless Steppers, Steppers with Attitude, and Royal Vision. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and talk about this right here. All right, let's start with Chaotic. All right, one thing that I love about Chaotic is the energy of Chaotic. That's one thing. Another thing is Chaotic has mastered their train. Everyone knows the Chaotic train. Boot with them arms out. They know a Chaotic train. They have mastered that train. You know it's a Chaotic train. So if you do it, you better ask. All right. I love it. And here's another thing about the great Chaotic. They transition very, very well while they're stepping, because they can start on one side and they'll be on the other side of the floor within 8 to 16 counts. All right. The whole step is done and they done made about 25 what you call them things, chop? Formations. They done made about 25 formations in one step. One step, they start off in straight lines. Next step, they done made a triangle. Next step, they done made a square. Next step, they done made a circle. Next step, they done made a T. All in like 24 counts. All right. Next up, we have Vision of Chaos. Games will not be played. Y'all already know I love Vision of Chaos. The coach is the home. It's my brother right there. And I love to see his excitement. And because he's excited about his team gets excited and they bring it to the floor. And when they come out, it's games will not be played. And they just go in. And they go in. All right. All right. And let's stay in Texas here. We have Royal Icons. Royal Icons. Royal Icons. Look, let me tell you this. When you have Royal Icons on the lineup, just go ahead and know they are going to serve you with a good show. They're going to serve you down with some good stepping, some great ripples, and I love their outros. I love the outro. People don't think about the outro. They're like, oh, we just get out, we just train off and be done. No, they have some good choreography of outros. Let's go to this hotel theme. I thought Kings and Queens that they did at Stomp Wars and House Party was absolutely phenomenal. But I'm going to talk about the hotel theme. All right. This hotel theme was so good. At the end of the show for that outro, they all picked up some suitcases and they all rolled those suitcases off the floor. And the choreography of that outro with the suitcases, with the song We Go to Work, was so perfectly done. Now that's how you do an outro. That is called an outro. Next up, we have Chaotic Kings and Queen. The joke is on you. That's one of their chants that they say. I love it. Chaotic Kings and Queens are very aggressive when they hit the floor. Chaotic Kings and Queens scare me when they hit the floor. Not really. I'm just, going with this here. Stay with me here, okay? They don't really scare me, but I love the aggression. When you talk about intensity, execution, that is it. Their vocals are in your face. The stepping is in your face. And they have fun on the floor as well. One thing about Chaotic Kings and Queens, and I'm going to say this, you have to let them be themselves. If they can't be themselves, they're not coming to your show. Nope, they're not. All right, they're not. I love when Chaotic Kings and Queens hits the floor. They're not gonna get up there and put you to sleep, no ma'am, no sir. They're gonna have fun when they're on the stage. Next up, we have D5D, and D5D is from Texas. I love this team. When I first saw this team years ago, I think D5D is so amazing from how they put on a show. I don't know if they step for the score sheet, because a lot of people say, we ain't stepping for the crowd, we step for the score sheet. D5D, to me, steps for the crowd. And I love it. And then the judges just have to be there. That's the type of stepping I do. I step for the crowd. All right. They step for the crowd, and then the judges are just there because it's a competition. But they have so much fun on the stage. Next up, we have Parkway. Now, let me tell you this about Parkway. I judged Parkway when they came to Step Metheus. I saw them the previous year at a step show. But when I saw them in Step Metheus at TBS show, I was so impressed from the way everybody jumped up at the same time. Everybody went underneath their leg the same way. All right. Everybody moved the same way. It was so clean with synchronization. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I was looking at their feet when they jumped, and they all came off the floor at the same level. I don't know if that was on purpose, but all right. So I'll give it. It's something about St. Louis. Y'all are really good with synchronization, making sure everybody is the same. All right. I love that. So next up, we have Theta Nu Sigma. I'm going to say this. This is my opinion. I think Theta Nu Sigma's Dora show was the best theme of 2023. That theme was so good. They were speaking in Spanish. They were showing the diversity. I was smiling watching the show like, oh my gosh, I'm about to go home and watch Dora. You know what I'm saying? It was so perfectly done. It was so good. I was watching that show like, oh my gosh, this is good. Look, let me get off this. Let's go on to triple threats. All right. They're not a single threat. They're not a double threat. They are a triple threat. Let me tell you this about triple threat. The coach of triple threat is very brave and has a lot of courage, because when the team first started, he threw them out there. He threw them out there, and they competed against some of the best teams in here within like the first 5-6 months of having a team. A lot of us wouldn't do that. A lot of us be like, no, not doing it. But not this coach. And I've watched those kids go from being good to great to extraordinary because they want it. Let's go back to Texas. We have Explosive Grenades. Now, I watched Explosive Grenades live, finally, after all these years. I got to see them live in Atlanta when I judged that Chaotic show. And it was amazing. I thought the stepping was great. The costumes were amazing. The theme of the show was amazing. I mean, they were stepping hard, child. I was like, y'all better come all the way from Texas to Atlanta. Elements of Chaos. All right, Elements of Chaos, they can have 2, they can have 3, they can have 12. They're going to step. And that's a lot of heart because people can't do that. All right, that's a lot of heart. Elements of Chaos has a lot of heart because they do things that a lot of other teams would not do. All right, they have heart. Them steppers love to actually do what they do, and they love it. They're going to step, and they're going to step you down with some great complexity. Boom, the boom, the boom, the boom, boom, boom. You have no idea. They're going to do that, all right, and I love it. Now let's go to Lex Steppers. We're talking about Bull City Lex, but this is Lex Steppers from Rochester. I'm going to say Raleigh and Rochester because that's where the coach is now. Coaches from down south to up north. I love the fact that Lex Steppers is keeping the name going down south. All right. I love the fact that the up north, the down south. I love the fact that they are able to do that because it shows that step is life. And you already know their beats are sickening. Boom, boom, tap, 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 boom, boom, tap, tap, boom, 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 tap, And they be swinging them arms too. So keep up the great work, Lex Steppers. Then we have Fearless Steppers. This team is from New York. I have never seen this team live, but I watch them on social media. So I keep telling you, you can have an influence just by social media. And I've watched this community team on social media, and I'm like, I really love them. And the stepping is amazing. And I've been watching them for a very long time. I just be looking like, this is good. Come on, New York. This is amazing. All right. And I love how they make the organization seem fun. All right, because when I'm watching them on Instagram, I'm like, this looks like a lot of fun to be a part of Fearless Steppers. So I'm with them. Come on through, Fearless Steppers. Keep up the great work. And let's go on to Jersey. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we have Steppers with attitude. All right, I know they're co-ed. I don't know if they went all girls, but I'm going to go with what I saw last, and they were co-ed. All right, so Steppers with attitude from Jersey. Their energy. Steppers with attitude is a battle team. All right. Their energy, they're getting your face. They just had tryouts last week. And even during tryouts, they were outside on the basketball court battling each other. That was during tryouts. And I love to do that. You know, I love to when they battle each other because it just brings out the energy. They're very fun to be around. They're an entire vibe. And then we have Royal Vision. All right. Go back to Texas here. Royal Vision. I've loved this team for years. They interviewed with me back during the pandemic here on the podcast, and I love watching this team. I've seen this team grow. The coach does a very good job with details. He does a very good job with details, and to me, they're a run-up team. When they finish a step, they like to run up to you like, what's good? I love that. I love that. Y'all know I love a good run-up. Here are the most influential middle school co-ed teams of 2023. We have X Factor, Atomic Icons, Essentials, Creative Control, SWAT, and Malone Step and Dance Company. All right, let's start off with X Factor here. Y'all already know that's my team right here, and they ain't on here just because I'm doing this. They're on here because I feel X Factor, when it comes to middle school co-ed teams, have influenced the culture with the messages. All right. One year we did traffic lights, and each color of the traffic light had a meaning. And then the next year, we taught you how to serve. Each letter in serve, SERVE, stood for something. And then this year, you'll just see what's happening this year, because I think the one this year is the best message of them all. And they're loud. They're live, and they're always in color. Come on through. When we walk through the door, people might think it's conceited. No, we're not conceited. We just love ourselves. Come on through. Love yourself. And it's the energy of X Factor. It's the energy. We live for ripples. All right, come on through. Catch that. Let's go. Atomic Icons. Now look. I love Atomic Icons. All right. One of my favorite movies is The Wizard of Oz. So when they came out and they were doing one of the characters from The Wizard of Oz as their theme, I was like, the blueprint of a production, and they were coming out on scooters. All right. I said, y'all see. I was sitting there looking at this like this was amazing, all right? The young men on the team were amazing. The young ladies on the team were amazing. It was just a great thing. Essentials, all right? Essentials is from Georgia. Let me tell you this. When it comes to theming and costumes and all that stuff, Essential gets an A, okay? An A+, all right? An A+. I wish we could see them step more, but when we do get to see them step at, they usually do stunt wars, and do one big show a year that we get to step at. They leave a lasting impression all year. All right, you step one time and you leave a lasting impression to last the entire year. So I give them that. Great job. I love it, and they have so much fun on stage. It's like when you watch them step on stage, you can't help but to enjoy them and want to see more. Next, we have Creative Control. This is from New York. They just won a national show in New Jersey, and I really think that they are amazing. I love their energy. I love the fact how much their coach really, really, really loves what he does. Creative Control is an amazing team. Their vocals, when they did that Freddie show, when they got done with one step, they were like, "Are you afraid yet?" I was like, "See, little y'all, it be like little things that set me off." Some people get excited about some of the step, but I get excited about the little things that are said. All right, little things that are done. It's not little, but y'all know what I'm trying to say here. But the energy through the team was absolutely amazing. I love it, and their energy, like you're not gonna out energy a New York team. And people be like, Coach Bessie, your team has energy. Yeah, I'm from New York, so that's what I do. That's what I know. All right. I love it. Great job, creative control. Then we have SWAT. Come on, SWAT here in North Carolina with us. When I saw SWAT step this season, they were stepping so hard. It wasn't even a house party. It was another show. And I was watching them and I said, uh-oh, yo, SWAT is stepping. And I got nervous. When the team is good and we competing, I better, oh Lord, y'all better come deliver. All right, y'all better come deliver. But I love stuff like that. All right, I love when the competition is good. All right, I love when the competition is good. But SWAT stepped. And I love their beats of SWAT. I love the beats that SWAT gives because it's so boom, 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 boom. I love it. It just takes me back to when that good old heyday of stepping, when it was just about the steps. SWAT is absolutely amazing. SWAT. SWAT. I mean, if y'all don't do that chant no more, do it now. But I know that was a chant I used to hear back in the day. All right. Malone, step and dance. You cannot talk about step teams that are middle school co-ed without talking about Malone Step and Dance Company. All right. They love a good theme. They love a good wig. They love a good costume. They are in your face. I love watching them step. I love it. When Malone Step and Dance hit the floor, you know you got to step because they are. All right. They are going to step you underneath the chairs. Okay. Those were, to my, most influential middle school co-ed teams of 2023. And I love each and every one of them. Come on. Here are the most influential middle school girls teams of 2023. We have Gems, Taken by Surprise JV, SSWA, Steppers of Distinction JV, SWA, and Del Rey Divas. All right, let me jump into this right here. Let me start with Del Rey Divas. When I went to Florida, and I went to Step Meet Thea's show and I judged at that show, Del Rey Divas was absolutely amazing. I almost threw the table. Yo, when I almost took my paper and I was like, why am I judging this? I'm watching. I could not take my eyes off what they were doing. All right. So when I judged them, they got a perfect score for me. So as I was collecting all the score sheets, I see, oh, another perfect score. Oh, another perfect score. Oh, another perfect score. I said, they just got a perfect score. Well, here goes your grand champion. Unless somebody get a perfect score later on. Everybody was on board. Their show, and they did Woman King. That show was so amazingly done. Again, I say I almost threw the table at them because that's how good Del Rey Divas was. I mean, amazing. All right. Then we have SWA. That's Steppers with Attitude. They're from Jersey. All right. From Jersey. You already know. An entire vibe. They came out, they stepped, they put their foot on the ground, they let you know that we're here. And one thing I like about this team, they got some real great chants. They got some amazing chants, and they have fun, and they support. Great job for representing for Jersey, SWA. All right. Then we have Steppers of Distinction JV, the big SOD, not the little one, as they say. I love this team. I talked about them earlier. The middle school team is just as great as the high school team. They've came out. They made a name for themselves. They come to the floor. They hit it. They jump in my face like I love, and they have fun on the floor, the energy. But most of all, I love about SOD, this is for both teams, but I'm talking about the middle school team now, is they support. When they're on the floor, they're going to cheer for you. SSWA. They keep getting better every year. When I saw them step at House Party, the clarity and the complexity in the stepping was so dynamic. I was like, because everybody knows the craziness that happened. They did so well. I was sitting there like, they are making me feel so much better just by their stepping. I respect the coaches, everything about this team that I just love. Then we have Taken by Surprise, JV. That theme they did last year about the what was the name of that theme, child? The cookies, the Girl Scout. When they were doing that theme, and I watched it and I judged it at one show, I put on the score sheet, now I want some cookies. All right. I was sitting there watching the show, getting hungry. I was like, ooh, I want Thin Mint, Do-si-do. You know, I'm just sitting there like, I want some Girl Scout cookies. So I want to leave and be like, let me put me an order in now. All right. I'll be on the middle school team like, I'm about to work hard so I can get on this high school team. All right. I love it. Keep up the great job, Taken by Surprise, JV. And let's talk about gems. Now, listen, I've been watching this team for years. I first ran into this team on YouTube. All right. And I was like, who is this? And I couldn't find the team. I was like, where is this team? I'm like, where? And then I saw a video and I saw the stage. I said, oh, that's the team I saw on YouTube. And let me tell you this. They are about, I'm telling you, Gems is so amazing. They're going to add another level of competitiveness to this. Because that team right there, guess what? A coach hit me up and was like, that's the team that's going to shake everything up. And yes, they are. Those are my most influential middle school girls teams of 2023. Come on. All right, here are my most influential boys teams. This is elementary and middle school, all boys teams of 2023. We have 904 Blitz, YMSS, Swag Boys, Junior Lamplighters, Hype, Phase 2, Young Men of Vision, Step Kings, and Boys of Vision. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. Now, 904 Blitz. Now, look, 904 Blitz, that theme they did last year made me cry. All right? Who are you talking about making you cry? Y'all already know I get emotional at these shows. 904 Blitz show last year was about, I think, sleeping. All right? I don't know the name of the show, but they were sleep. Okay? I think they were in our dreams, a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. Y'all know that, okay? They came out like that underneath the table. The boy was on the bed sleeping. They came out underneath the bed. All right? It was so great. It was the music. All right, Coach Kiara is really good at putting some good music in the show. Because I tell people all the time, it ain't just a show; it's the music you use as well. And when they got to the point where they did Tonight by Escape as a part of this show, I'm over here about to cry. I said, this was amazing. Like, this was good. Because watching those young guys step is amazing. I always salute people. I always salute coaches who can get young men that young to, one, buy into being on the step team, and two, to step on that caliber that 904 Blitz does. YMSS, they need no introduction. They're all over the internet. They're all over the place. All right, and I love it. Let me tell you this. That team right there is that team. All right, because those young men know how to step. And I mean, oh my God, today, they know how to step. And it's not... Y'all, I'm trying to find the words to say this, but they are an elementary school team. And those young men step the floor down from the intro to the precision to the intensity execution. But most of all, it's their stage presence. I have never seen this team in person yet, but it's coming. I'm excited to see them in person. It's coming. Come on, the Swag Boys here. I've been a fan of Swag Boys forever. I finally got to see them live in Florida. X Factor went to Florida. I finally got to see them live. And let me tell you this. Instagram and social media does nothing for this team. Let me tell you why. Because in person, it's nothing like you see live. When I saw it live, I said, they're amazing on Instagram and social media. But seeing this in person, I'm like, okay, I see why they win. I see why people like them. I see why their name is Swag, because It is so perfectly done. It grabs your attention. It is like the young men were amazing. They were respectful. The culture's cool. But again, I say seeing Swag Boys perform in person is nothing like on Instagram. You got to see them in person. Let's go on to Junior Lamp Lighters. Just like I said about Omega Lamp Lighters, Junior Lamp Lighters is the middle school team of the Omega Lamp Lighters Tallahassee, and the vibe is the same. The vibe is absolutely the same as the high school boys, all right? Hype Phase 2, all right? This team right here needs no introduction. Of course, just like the high school team, I've seen a lot of these young men grow since they were on 3G, all right? They were on 3G, and they have grown up to being on Big Hype, all right? So, Big Hype, being up on, Hype, high school team. This team has completely came out, and they keep the middle school boys stepping category interesting, all right? They keep it interesting because you're not going to know what they're going to do because they'll step, and they'll give you beats, boom, but the boom, 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 but they know how to perform. And that's what sets them apart a lot of times for me. They know what to do to get everyone's reaction. And that's smart. That is smart. Come on through. SMART. That is smart. Next, we have Young Men of Vision. This team needs no introduction as well. It is the middle school team of Gentlemen of Vision, the big family of Vision. They have an elementary, middle, and a high school team. All right, so Young Men of Vision is the middle school team. Their style has been consistent. Their energy has been consistent. Next up, we have Step Kings. Now, let me tell you this. This is the team to watch out for. All right, if you saw the house party national show flyer, the young man on the flyer is from Step Kings. Step Kings, the team to look out for. Keep influencing us of being a team of energy. It's just team of just having fun. All right, yeah, I'm on this fun train because I just want us to have fun again. And they have a good time, and they can step. They step, and they have a good time on the floor from beginning to end. That's what I love to see. Keep influencing us, sirs. Yes, sir. Last but not least, Boys of Vision. It is the elementary team of Young Men of Vision and Gentlemen of Vision, the whole brand, all right? Family of Vision. I thought this team was absolutely amazing. Elementary school boys, just as great as the middle school boys, just as great as the high school team. So it keeps the young men in the program at a young age. I love it. The fact that they have so many young men that buy into the program. And the reason why they buy in it is because of the great coaching. All right, the great coaching, is a mentor program as well. It's not just a step team, it's a mentor program. All right, because of the great coaches, because of the great vision, because of the great mission. I love it. And when they hit the floor, it is really nice to see. It is nice to see. I'm telling you that. It is nice to see when they hit the floor. And these are my most influential middle school and elementary all boys teams of 2023. Come on. And last but not least, we have the most influential elementary girls and co-ed teams. All right, let's start here with Pups. Pups needs no introduction. I'm telling you from when the wig fell off and little sister picked that wig up and she threw that wig in the air. Pups has become a powerhouse team that you got to watch. It's one of those, we got to watch Pups because Pups delivers. The clarity, boom, ta 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 ta. Ta, boom, ta 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 ta, boom, ta, boom, ta 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 ta. That was the beat from the step. I love it. I love it. The clarity. But most of all, they give you that step energy that we love to see from an elementary school team. They give you that look and they're looking you down and their faces. Come on, Pups. Their faces are everything. Pups is that team. Pups is that team. And they'll chant you down like Pups is. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love Pups. I love Pups. Pups is that elementary school team. Yeah, I'm telling you, when Pups hit the floor, everybody pays attention. Next up, we have Pecola Springs. Thank you, Pecola Springs, for holding it down for South Carolina teams. All right. I grew up stepping in South Carolina. It used to be a really big thing. All right. So thank you, Pecola Springs, for holding it down for South Carolina step teams. Now, let me tell you this. One thing Pecola Springs is going to do when they come to your show, they're going to light your stage on fire. They are going to start, and when they start, it will, I'm telling you, it will turn the crowd up. All right? You want Pecola Springs at your show. Let me say it again. You want Pecola Springs at your show because they are going to make the crowd jump on their feet. They're going to make the judges jump on their feet. They're going to make the other step teams jump on their feet. You want Pecola Springs at your show. You want some energy? Put them on your lineup. Next up, Steppers with Attitude. They have elementary, middle, and high school. Now, all the teams are amazing. High school team is amazing. The middle school team is amazing. Elementary school team is amazing. Girls right here, when I tell you the way they set the season off every show that they were at, every show that I saw them at, I saw them last season and I saw them this season. I was like, now, Jersey stepping like this? Oh. Come on through, Jersey. It's so dynamic to watch those girls step. When their wigs was falling off at house party, they picked them wigs up and they were swinging them things in the air. They love being in your face. All right. And that's what we love. We love that. All right. So great job, Step with Attitude Elementary. Great job. Little Saints. Do it for Little Saints. All right. Now listen, Little Saints is the perfect example of an elementary school team. They're a perfect example of it. They come out. They step, they give you a great intro, they get in your face, they run up to the judges' table, they'll slam their hand, they'll get some tricks in there, and they have fun. Can't talk about elementary school team without talking about collision. Now, these little girls, let me tell you this. They are so good. Every time I watch them step, I want to go out there and step with them. All right? Like, I'm sitting here like, they look you up and down. They want to step. I'm telling you, you can put collision in the high school division, and everybody will get nervous because those girls love to step. They want to. Who's next? All right, we finished that show. Who's next? Who's getting it next? Who's next? And I love it. Cloud 9. Cloud 9 is North Carolina. I love this team. It's the innocence of this team. I love the coach keeps them innocent. I love it. They do a princess theme. I love to see that. This is the type of team that I feel that when they hit the floor, it makes you smile. It makes you smile because the little girls, one, yes, the little girl's so cute, but two, is like, wait a minute. These cute little girls are stepping. What? Oh, they're stepping like that? I love it. I love it. I love to hear their voices. I hope you enjoyed the top most influential step teams of 2023. Everyone, keep up the great work. We are the step community, and we got this. I am Coach B, and I always got something to say. And when I say it, that settles it. Let's go.
It's all gone and it's all back. Made back truck and it's matte dot black. Came back better in a brand new scat. Ain't even capping, don't wear no hats. Baby stayed out your line to me, saying she ain't got no time for me. Trying to give my people 9 apiece. Talking M's out of honesty. Talking M's.